No, it's not, but there's a security camera in that room. There is. Yeah, it caught.
All righty, so I believe that we are now live. I want to make sure that we are on all of the channels, that we want to make sure that people know about who this great individual is, that we are getting ready to share with the world what is taking place. Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you so very much for joining us. You have joined us on the Success Cam of SGGN Group. And yes, indeed, we feature the most amazing, amazing entrepreneurs who are doing great things, not only for themselves, but impacting the world globally. And guess what? We have an amazing individual here with us on this evening. And I tell you, I can go on and on and on about all of the accolades, but I tell you what, I know that it's much better coming from the horse's mouth. I already knew that I was in love with his work and everything it is that he does. But do you understand? I went online and I was able to find out that he has truly been, when I say impacting the world, he has truly been impacting the world. And I want to go ahead and just share with you a couple of things that I was able to find online, even though I already knew. First of all, he is the first Black gentleman that has been able to create the work boot. That's Mr. Ed Hennings. Also, guess what? He was featured where Mr. Ed Hennings, he's the brand vision is to provide quality footwear, but guess what? He is the face of ex-prisoners. He's going to share a little bit of his story, but that's not what we're here for, because guess what? We are more concerned about what the future is and how he's designing that. But let me share with you also, when we talk about, let me go back here, because there is some other things that I wanted to make sure that you are aware of with this gentleman. He is an author. All right. So he has a book out called The Answers, as well as he is the individual that is going ahead and he has a trucking company. He's been able to go ahead and get into the beauty industry, but also, guess what? He launched a real man campaign. When I tell you, on Milwaukee, everywhere, he is being featured all over the place. Black Enterprise, you name it. This gentleman right here, he is doing amazing things. But the key thing is what it is that he continues to do and do for others. So I want to be able to go ahead and introduce to some of you none other than Mr. Ed Hennings. Ed, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here. Thanks for having me.
Yes, you are so very welcome indeed. And I know that it was just a smidget of what it was that I was able to share with everyone. But if you could please share with us, who is Mr. Ed Hennings?
Um, in a nutshell, I'm basically in the inspiration business. I fell and hit rock bottom in 2016. Was facing the rest of my life actually in prison. And while I was sitting in a holding cell, I was pacing back and forth. And I was just, praying, and I was just asking, that if I got another chance at it, I would give it everything in my soul, that I would do everything in my power to be all that I can be, but not just for me, but for my community, for the people that was in there with me that just didn't believe that they could do anything more. And I knew better. I knew that we could do better. I knew that we were better than our situations and circumstances. So from that day forward, man, I've been walking in that purpose. I've started multiple businesses. I wrote a couple of books. I traveled the country speaking, but it all ties into the purpose of inspiring anybody that you come across so they can walk away believing in themselves.
Wow, indeed. And you have truly been an amazing, exemplary example for those individuals, for individuals like myself as well. And whether or not you know it, you were truly an inspiration. And like you were saying, justice impacted individuals. A lot of times the community wants to put a period where we know it's just a comma. And once people find that why is it that I went through this to get to truly who my purpose is or where my purpose is going to be, a lot of people never even know that you went through that for the very reason of being able to know what your purpose is and to walk in that. And when I tell you, you have nailed it, you truly have. You truly have. I mean, I see you, I serve with one of the local colleges here as we go into the prisons and things like that. And you are right there serving and educating. And so I want to be able to ask you this main question. When it comes down to it, what do you think has been the most challenging thing for you returning back into society and having great success?
Just me learning that, because I spent 20 years in, and I spent 20 years working on me. I was just making sure Ed was the best that Ed could be, and that was within my power. Me and the man upstairs, we was going back and forth, and we was building this person that you see today.
Yes.
But I've learned that I can start it by myself, but I can't grow it by myself. That I've learned that if you can do it by yourself, then your dream is not big enough. So I had to switch hats at a certain point, and that's been a challenge because I'm so used to saying, get out of the way, I'll do it myself.
Yes.
But when you trying to build something that's big and you got a big vision, you can't do it by yourself. You just cannot do it. You got to switch hats and find talent. You got to find people that's smarter than you. You got to find people that can teach you a lot about where you want to go within your vision. So yeah, that's been the most difficult part, the parts where I just can't do it myself.
Wow, indeed. And that's what it's all about, is collaboration. I told everyone, either you collaborate or you're going to evaporate. And that was 10 years ago. That was the theme of an actual expo that we held.
Yeah.
And it's true, right? But
That
I
is true.
see you, yes. I see you naturally and organically knowing how to connect and collaborate with people without people even knowing that it's a collaboration.
Yes,
and so even as you are due, you were selected as one of those entrepreneurs of impact. And so I want you to be able to share with us, first of all, why is it that you believe that you are an entrepreneur of impact? Because I already know that if it's up to me and everyone else that has the receipts for you, you've already won because you have shown that impact. Yeah. So why is that?
I think first, by example. I think my impact is more by example, just letting my life speak for itself, that taking on the challenges, dreaming big. So when something comes, the old me would have said, you know what, man, I'm not going to even do that. I'm just going to stick with this over here. But because I know it's bigger than just me, that somebody needs to see Ed win, I know I need to go for that big dream, because if I don't, the one that's watching, they won't go for that big dream because they need to see it modeled. They need to see it done. So when I enter into any endeavor, I know that it's bigger than just me. The impact is going to be felt with more people than just Ed looking in the mirror. Oh, Ed did this, Ed did that. No, somebody's going to say, Ed did this and I can do it too.
Wow, indeed. You are so very right. You are so very right. And also, when it comes down to, like you were saying, it's all about empowering, but then the mindset shift that it takes for people to believe that. At what time do you think that your mind has shifted to say, you know what? If anybody is going to be selected as the Impact Entrepreneur of the Year, it's going to be Ed Hennings. When did you make that mind shift and determination and say to yourself, it belongs to me and everyone else that is a part of this movement and dream with Ed Hennings?
Yeah, I think it started even way before I was, in the mix to become the Entrepreneur of Impact 2025. I think it started that day when I was in that holding cell, and it's just I signed that contract. And man, look, when the challenge is in front of me, you got to go for it, and you got to do it. And in the past, you trying to worry about where this is gonna come from, where your help gonna come from. I don't have that problem anymore because I've done it so many times that I know that the man upstairs in the universe gonna see to it that people like yourself and other people is gonna always show up. You just got to show that faith, and you got to go for it. You might not see the other side of the trees, but you just got to walk in that forest. You just got to go like walking in the fire.
Yes.
You know, you just got to walk in there. I'm gonna get burned. Don't worry about it. Just go.
Yes.
And that's been my mentality for 28 years.
Wow, that is so amazing. If you guys did not catch that, I'm quite sure you're going to rewind that. But definitely, oh my goodness. And so also, who is it that you have been able to impact, and who is it that you want to impact in the future?
Yeah, first starting out with the guys, that's on lockdown, the guys is just as impacted. I started there. I didn't wait till I came home. I started to, push this agenda right where I was at. Saying, man, we can do better. We can do better. We can do better. Yes. Then I got released in 16, and I found myself back in my old community, and I was right there in my grandma's house, and I had family and old friends, and I said, man, I'm gonna do better, and we can do better. And then now from there, it went from my little neighborhood to Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, now we trying to go nationwide. Just let anybody anywhere that's struggling, that's going through something, that these are the examples that you can follow and you can rise above it.
Wow, indeed. And you show everyone every single day. And if you guys have not heard or read the stories of Mr. Ed Hennings, you have to. I'm telling you, there is somewhere within his story that has woven the hope that anyone can draw from, that you can come back from anything. And that's what we're talking about. When you're talking about a person of impact, you're not talking about someone that they can say, look what I did, me, 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 me. No, there's someone that someone can say, oh my goodness, my life was different. It was changed, and it was better because me having to meet Mr. Ed Hennings. And wow, that is truly what it is that I see all the way through and through. Now, Mr. Ed Hennings, if you could please share with us, how is it? Because first of all, you guys just heard this, right? You know that he is going to be our Impact Entrepreneur of the Year 2025 from little Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but he's going international, you guys. He is not only going nationwide, he's going international, because that is what he has been called to do. And because the power behind this young man and the lives that he's been able to impact, and the many lives and stages that he will grace to be able to change the lives of people, it will just not be that he's that speaker. It is because he is that walker. He is the person that is really out there showing it and getting it done. At the same time, growing a massive major company, 2 major companies, right? Probably 3 or 4 by now. But yes, tell us, how is it that we can be able to join your movement and to be able to make sure that people understand that along with Ed Hennings, it comes a community, a family. It becomes a mother, a father. It becomes the hope that some people probably wouldn't have made that decision to, I can go a little bit further. What is that for them?
Yeah, as I said previously, I know going into any endeavor that is bigger than me. So when I look at any endeavor, I understand and I ask myself the question, how can I impact the people with this decision? So when you do walk into a situation like this, entrepreneur of impact, starting the first Black-owned work boot company, things like that, because I look at it and I say, this can have some impact right here. Yes. This can help change some lives. This can make some people dream. So when I feel that type of energy, then I know it's for me to do it.
Right. Wow, indeed. And you know what? And to be able to, because I've seen you use your very own resources, your very own social media platforms. When you were launching your trucking company, many people wanted to know, how can I and you didn't shut the door. You were right online. I seen you going over to different states and encouraging other truck drivers and women. I mean, you were doing it. And that's the great thing about it. You didn't wait to go ahead and say, well, I need to go to school formally for 4 years, 8 years to learn this and do it. You went out there, and your spirit and your heart had you to do it. And that is truly not only the heart of a lion, but you know what? It is actually the heart and what it is that I see as the impact player, that impact entrepreneur of the year 2025. Yes. So is there anything you would like to leave us with? And we're going to make sure that everyone knows how to be able to vote, to get to the website to be able to vote. And if there's any other connections that we need to make sure that we put out there, please, everyone, make sure that you do. You share it. There's many people, lives that he is going to change and impact. And this is just a stepping stone for where it is that he's going. So how can we help you? How can the world be able to help you, to be able to let the world know about you as that jewel that's inside of this world?
Well, first of all, I have to tip my hat off to you, Dr. Gladney, because everything that transpired these last couple of days, with you also being in the mix for that Entrepreneur of Impact title for 2025. And once I seen that you said you was going to step down and you was going to kind of align yourself with somebody from your own backyard, and I'm so deeply humbled and excited that you chose me to that person. So, at this point,
we didn't even want anyone to know that, right?
But
oh my goodness.
At this point, I kind of feel greedy with somebody like yourself.
Wow.
So, so knowledgeable, got the drive and determination. I don't know if, the world can handle that energy.
Guess what? If they're not ready, they're gonna have to get ready. Yes, indeed, because we are definitely coming, and we are coming to make sure that you bring home that impact player of the year. And because this is just the beginning. Believe me, you're gonna see us all over the place over these next couple of days, and then when they launch that next level, we know you're going to the next level already. So yes, indeed.
So yeah, but once again, it's a blessing, but it's also a lesson that, you have that faith, you push forward, and you just don't know.
That's right.
He knows, you don't, but you have to have faith enough to go ahead and take that first step. And these type of things happen when you have faith enough to take that first step.
Indeed. Wow. And so definitely, everyone, you have heard it from the man himself that has been changing and transforming lives, starting with his own, because we do know that that's where it starts. I tell everyone that what is the biggest ship in the world that many do not want to board? That's ownership. And Ed Hennings has taken ownership within his community, within his family, within businesses, entrepreneurship, every single place where there's impact. I have been able to see this young man. And so we are so honored. And I'm quite sure that you want to be a part of what's taking place. So that way you can say, I voted for him. So every single day, everyone, we need to be right there on that website with that entrepreneur of impact, and making sure that we're voting every single day. Every single day, we want to make sure that we commit. So if you've never committed to anything, anyone, this is a movement of impact that has already happened. Mr. Ed Hennings, he's not the finna do's. He's not saying what I'm finna do. That's not what he's saying. He's saying what I have done and what I have yet to do. And this is going to truly allow him to be able to move into a place where he can be able to make a huge impact on a national stage that will lead him to the international waters that he is destined for. So once again, congratulations, Mr. Ed Hennings. We are right here with you. You guys, make sure you do reach out to him. Let him know how it is that you can be assistance. He has a QR code as well. So if you have have a business, if you are a teacher, wherever you have many, many individuals that want to be able to just shine their light, he's not asking for one red cent. Ain't that wonderful? And how it is that you can be able to move someone there. And that's what it's about. So make sure you do reach out to Ed Hennings. Make sure that you do remember his companies. I'm quite sure that we're going to make sure once we edit this video, even though it's live, we're going to make sure we put every single handle so that you can meet this great, great young man and be able to, he's available to come to your city, your state, your country. We're going to see him on ships of the world. He don't know it yet, but yes, indeed, he's going to be speaking all over. So Impact Entrepreneur of the Year, we are claiming it, and you can be a part of being able to make sure that Mr. Ed Hennings get that title and brings it right on home to Wisconsin. So anything you want to leave us with, Ed?
I mean, I'm taking it all in. This has been a great experience. I thank you for having me, and I thank everybody for supporting. It's all good.
Wow, indeed. You are so very welcome. And so once again, thank you so very much, everyone. Mr. Ed Hennings has been featured on The Entrepreneur's Success Cam, which is brought to you by none other than SGGN Group, The Entrepreneur Society. Take care, take charge, everyone. And remember to stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams. You owe it to yourself.